abreast, you got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dre Broadcasting Network as we go side by side and wide open with the CRA. We are coming to you live from the bumpy yet fast Daytona 2007 for round 8 of the Cyber Race Association Drive for Autism Speedway Summer Series. I am a commentator, Sean Zulu. I am joined by my good friend and producer, Dave Everly. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Sean?
Oh, I am doing good too, thank you. Well, Dave, it seems as though it's been forever since we last did a race here with the CRA. Before last week, that was Daytona with the K&N cars after taking a break for the 4th of July. But now we are back here at Daytona 2007 with the trucks, which do run open setups. But Dave, tell us a little bit about tonight's race, please.
Well, Sean, taking a look here at the weather tonight, we got a 92 track temperature, air temperature is 65. It is clear with no wind out here at Daytona tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And the drivers tonight do have a 50% fuel limit as usual. That is 50%. So that gives us 2 to 3 green flag pit stops to look forward to here tonight for the full length of the race here. 75 laps once again, 75 laps. But just a recap from the last race we had, which was a Daytona with the K&N cars, and it was the a night race. We had Mark Jorgensen Jr. bring it home for his first win of the season. Rod Newford came out second, Dana Osborne third, Poe Servant fourth, Bobby Tinch fifth, Matthew Wilson back sixth, Thomas Labar seventh, Raymond Rittenau the second came out eighth, Daniel Harrington ninth, Travis Stewart in the 10th place position, and that did round up the top 10. And in that race, Paul Servant did take the pole, starting that race, and once again Mark Jorgensen winning his first race of the season. And we had so much 3 wide in that race, and also a lot of green flag pit stops. Just pretty much a lot of amazing hard racing by the racers here with the Cyber Racing Association Drive for Autism for Speedway Summer Series. Well, moving on to our current season standings, we still have Rodney Woodford still leading in points. Travis Stewart, Raymond Rittenhouse II, both tied for second. Once again, Travis Stewart and Raymond Rittenhouse II tied for second in points. We have Mark Jorgensen Jr. third in points. Paul Servant fourth. Dana Osborne fifth. We have Thomas Labar sixth. Daniel Harrington seventh. Roger Stewart eighth. Gary Champion ninth. And John LaBeouf is currently rounding up the top 10 in points here, starting tonight's race, and also going over our current point standings. We have Race Fan Racing here in the lead. We do have Rebel Racing second in points for team championship or team standings. Sim Nation Racing third. Checker One Motorsports is fourth. We have Radical Racing fifth, and Dingleberry Motorsports is sixth in points here, rounding up the 6 teams that we do have competing in points here this season. Well, going back to tonight's race here, we do have the drivers almost, well, looks like qualifying is almost done. The checkered flag ending qualifying has just ended, and so far on the pole is the 29 of Matthew Welsenbach, Dave, Mr. Super Speedway himself.
Yeah, it's good to see him up front, but as we always say, there's a lot of drivers here. We'll see guys coming from the back, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. As usual, we do have some viewers in the chat. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Timothy Petito, good to see you, buddy. And congratulations on your 5th win today at Auto Club Speedway. We also do have Jim Peterson racing tonight. He is a 58 in tonight's race. Well, he always is a 58. Sean Bound high side himself, a 34 in tonight's race and this season so far. And that's all for the drivers typing in the chat. And for all the viewers out there, let us know who you're rooting for, and just let us know that you're there, and we'll be sure to give you a shout out. Well, going over the grid here tonight, we have the 29 of Matthew Welsenbach once again, Mr. Highside, Mr. Super Speedway himself, sorry, starting on the pole tonight. Raymond Rittenhouse the second, starting second. The 9 of Paul Servant third. 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. fourth. That 34 Sean Bond, Mr. Highside himself fifth. The 3 Rodney Woodford sixth. The 8 of Dana Osborne 7th, the 66 of Bobby Tinch 8th, 18 of Gary Champion 9th, and 54 of Chris Akers, defending champion, last season's champion, starting in the 10th place position here in tonight's race. 82 Daniel Harrington starting in 11th place, the 58 of Jim Peterson, or James Peterson, like I formerly know him as, starting 12th, the 118 of Dalton Collins back after a long time of non-racing, starting 13th, 97 of Lance March 14th, 52 of Adam Eisenhower 15th, a new driver here tonight, 13 of Tommy Champagne 16th, 65 of Marty Ray 17th, 00 Dwayne Cooper, the boot, the eye in the sky here, the owner of the league, starting in the 18th place spot. 21 William Flamholt keeps a low profile all race long, 19th. 23 of Jeremy Funk starting 20th, and that should be the 97 of Jeremy Funk. We have a new driver as well, 108 of Brandon Jackson, 21st, being the last truck to qualify here tonight. 69 of Rod Ronimer Sr., 22nd. 35 of Sawyer Ott, 23rd. The 5 Thomas Labar, 24th. We have the 77 of Travis Stewart, currently second place in points, tied with Raymond Rittenhouse the second, starting in the 25th place spot. 62 of Zachary Hale, 26th. The 6 Roger Stewart, his partner in crime, 27th. 24 Kevin Tesmar as well, back after a long time of no see, 28th. And a new driver as well. So 3 new drivers here tonight. 6-7 of Philip Labar in the field as well. So those 3 new drivers, Philip Labar, Brandon Jackson, and also Tommy Champagne. So we're going to keep an eye on these drivers and see exactly how much competition these drivers have to offer to the rest of the field out there. Well, we are about to start rolling here shortly, and once again, we are being led by the 29 of Matthew Welsenbach. Well, Dave, this track is not the usual wide open and easy coast through the turns. This one will really eat these guys up tonight.
Yeah, this is the old Daytona track, the bumpy, The drivers, it's the driver's driver, Daytona. They got bumps. These trucks are going to get upset. They are going to have to work that wheel, work that throttle. So it's not the same flat Daytona that currently is. This is the Daytona before they repaved it. So this is going to make all the difference here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to be seeing a lot of drivers taking forward tires than we usually see. For the most part, at Talladega and the 2011 Daytona, we do see drivers taking just 2 tires to no tires at all. But here tonight, most likely will be a guaranteed 4-tire pit stop, because the drivers will need all the tires, all the grip they can get here tonight. And Dave, we should not expect to see too much 3 wide, because this track with all the bumps is very tricky for 3 wide.
It's tricky, but it can be done, so it would not shock me if we saw it at all, Sean.
Oh, absolutely. These drivers are very, very full of surprises as usual. And we are entering turn number 3 and 4. Going green this time. Almost exiting turn 4 this time by, for the first time, for 75 laps. Once again, 5 laps, 50% fuel limit. 2 to 3 green flag pit stops required, enough for the drivers to be able to make it the full length of the race here tonight. Well, we are going green. Well, Dave, do the honors.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I am experiencing some technical difficulties. I am trying to get the race up. Sean, if you could just go ahead and call the race while I try to work to fix this issue.
Oh, 10-4, and we are green. Rana 29 was Bakuts down for the 9 of servants all over his back bumper on the inside line. On the outside is Raymond written out the second with the help of the 88. Mark Jorgensen Jr. We have the 3 on the outside line as well. That's going to be the 3 of Rodney Wooford, who is side by side of 34 of Sean Boundy. The caution has flown. It has been thrown by race control. Not sure what happened back there, but most likely did have some trouble. So once we get everything sorted out, we will try our best to see, find out whether or not we can catch it on replay. Yeah, I do see some beat-up trucks out there. We do have the 97 of, 23 of Jeremy Funk, with some heavy front-end damage on this machine. There was a big checkup on the outside line. It involved 6'9" Rod Rodman Sr. It also involved a couple more. It was a big wreck on the restart. I'm going to see who else was involved in that. We also had the 108 of Brandon Jackson, who was on 2 wheels on his left side. And, well, that was quite a big one early on. Very, very unfortunate for every single driver involved. And the drivers here in the CRA do have only 1 backup car, or backup truck. Just depends on what they're driving, because they do alternate between K&N cars and the trucks. So tonight, once again, they do have 1 backup truck, and we already have at least 3 to 4 damaged machines out there. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see exactly how it plays out here in the long run for all drivers involved. And Dave, by the looks of it, looks like you fell through, so you're more than welcome to come back. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, we do apologize for the technical difficulties. Dave Everly is hard at work trying to get it sorted out, so he should be back here in no time. Well, this would be a good time to get a race interview in, so let's focus on one of the new drivers here. Let's see if we can get the third. I'm going to pull up the 13 of Tommy Champagne. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by the 13 of Tommy Champagne up here in the Dre broadcast booth. Look up there, Tommy.
Hello? Yep.
How you doing tonight?
Just a sec, guys.
Unfortunately, we're not able to get communications in with the 13 of Tommy Champagne. But let's see. I'm going to see if we want to green. If not, this will give us some time for another race interview. Let's focus on another new driver here, the 108 of Brandon Jackson. Well, we are joined by the 108 of Brandon Jackson. Get a cup there, Brandon.
Yeah, I do.
How you doing tonight?
I could do better.
Oh, I hear you, but man, I haven't seen you in so long. I'm not sure if you remember me.
I do, man. Good seeing you again.
It is good seeing you. But how's the truck doing in practice, buddy?
Well, other than being on the roof, it could have been a lot better. I don't know what happened, but it's a racing deal. But truck is pretty good. Get the damage repaired and get back up there and see what I can do to get these guys a run for their money, literally.
Oh, 10-4 sounds like a plan. We definitely do look forward to seeing your appearance up there in the top 3 and just pretty much spiking these guys here for your first race of the season with the CRA. And what kind of setup are you packing under that? What do you think it already takes to spank these boys?
Yeah, with the track being you have to be able to be able to run the bottom, but you also got to run the top. And I feel like the top might have the best run throughout the day. So I'm gonna try to run on the high side, pushing everybody, but as long as I'm in the crowd.
Oh, copy that. Well, Brandon, we will keep an eye on you all night long, man. Make this first race of yours of the season here tonight a race to remember. Well, buddy, good luck to you.
Thank you, man. You guys enjoy the show.
And that was the 108 of Brandon Jackson, and fortunately enough, Dave Everly was able to get everything sorted. So we do want to thank Dave Everly for that. And we are now back live here at Daytona 2007. Going back up front, we are now 1 to green, the 9-pole servant on the inside line behind Matthew Welzenbach. On the outside is the 2 teammates, or actually not 2 teammates, Remo Rittenau the second and the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. No idea why I thought Remo Rittenau was the 3 of Rodney Woodford, but the drivers are getting bunched up nice and tight, going green. The pace car is off. The green flag flies. They all put it down to pull the 29 Welzenbach is caught moving quite a bit. But the 9 of Paul Servant will come to the rescue to give him some life here on the front stretch before turn 1. On the outside is the 87 Raymond on the second with the help of the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. And the 87 of Raymond does help past 29 Welzenbach. Welzenbach with a big run coming back to him on the outside line there. We do have an outside line forming up. 29 Welzenbach has been left high and dry here and will be going from front to back in a hurry as the 8 of Dana tries to catch up.
Yeah, it looks like the Dark Horse guys are all getting hooked up there on the outside. That is not good for the rest of these drivers. You got Mark Jorgensen Jr., Paul Servant, Rodney Woodford, and Dana Osborne all running bumper, nose to bumper here. So you've got the Dark Horse guys running outside as Raymond Rittenauer drops down into the bottom there. Matthew Welzenbach there to give him some help. There's the 54 of Chris Akers as well. Give him some help. Mr. Highside himself there right behind the 8 of Dana Osborne as they are just trying to get, but it doesn't look like Paul Servant's going to drop down. Nope. Him and Mark Jorgensen Jr., Rodney Woodford, and Dana Osborne all going to stay on that high outside.
Yep, and right now Raymond does have his teammate, the 29 Welzenbach. These 2 drivers are both from Rebel Racing. So Rebel Racing here tonight, we do have Raymond Rittenau the second himself, 29 Matthew Welzenbach, Sean Boundy, and Sawyer Aunt as a 4-man team combination trying to get past the Race Fan Racing guys. And Dave, that's a correction right there. They did change their name from Dark Horse to Race Fan Racing, but pretty much same thing.
Yeah, same drivers. Got to get used to the new team name, that's for sure, Sean.
Oh, absolutely. And going for the back in the pack there, we have success of Bobby Tinch. Bobby Tinch is riding behind with the high side himself, Sean Boundy. And Sean Boundy has his 2 teammates leading the inside line there once again, Welzenbach and Rittenauer on the outside line as we speak. The 88 of Mark Johnson does clear the inside, but will decide to stay high.
Yeah, these drivers are racing, not just to win the race, but got to remember here at Cyber Racing Association, the Drive for Autism Summer Super Speedway Series, they also got segments. Coming lap 25 to lap 26, the winner in the top 5 of those will get bonus points. Now, we have had a caution here already in segment 1, so that means at the end of segment 1, we will not get a competition yellow. Segment number 2 ends at lap 50, coming to 51. Once again, the top 5 will get bonus points. And then, of course, there's lap 75, the race winner.
Oh, absolutely. I am very, very glad that you reminded me about that as well. Those segments definitely important. The drivers do take advantage of those. Once again, these guys will take as many points as they can, as many points as they can get. Try and set themselves up for the long run day. For the back of the pack, we do have the 00 Dwayne Cooper hooked up with his teammate, 58 of Jim Peterson. These drivers are pretty much just hooked up and riding on the outside like behind this main pack. And they do seem to be keeping a gap. Nope, the drop is sucking them in. We have a lot of checkups on the outside.
Yeah, you gotta remember, bumpy track. These trucks, they hit the bumps, they get a little light. You gotta watch, but the draft is still the same as the new paved Daytona, as we see. Is they get up to the back door there of the 118 of Dalton Collins.
Yep, Dalton Collins right now riding behind the 18 of Gary Champion. I see a lot of guys letting off Dave. They're trying their best to keep a gap in between them and this lead pack, but the drivers behind them just keep pushing them into this lead pack, so they have no choice but to get up front. And as we speak, the front pack is catching up to a slower truck. That's going to be the 108 of Brandon Jackson. Brandon was involved in the first incident that we had that brought up caution and did not use his backup truck, so he is just pretty much staying out there pushing 166 miles an hour max.
Yeah, he's going to go a lap down here. It's going to be tricky because he has got a hornet's nest of trucks coming up on him in a hurry.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to find out exactly how things play out. Oh, he dips off the track. He is pitting in this time, but he did realize the damage affecting him way more than he thought he would have. So he is going down pit road this time by to get his only backup truck, so he can be able to have his first race of the season here with the CRA make a difference for him here tonight this season. And for the back in the pack of 77 of Travis Stewart in a pack of his own as usual. He does have Zachary Hellet, Lance Marsh, and also Thomas Labar as a 4-truck pack side by side, 2 wide.
Yeah, we know Travis well. He likes to ride in the back here, out of the pack here for the first half of the race. It's probably about midway, maybe a little later than midway, we'll start seeing him make his way up front.
Oh, absolutely. Speaking of him, and also the 6 of Roger Stewart. Roger Stewart, as we speak, is out of the draft. He is being shown about 10 seconds behind the lead pack. 10 seconds and dropping. So it looks like something might have happened there that caused him to get away from the pack. Because I don't really see Travis and Roger Stewart apart for too long. So something that most likely or definitely happened. That did separate these two drivers. And as we speak, Roger Stewart does have a driver very close to him. That's going to be 13 of Tommy Champagne. Yeah. Going back up front, Dave, we do have the 88 of Mark, who did clear the inside line and dropped down the inside. That left the 9 of Paul Servant to the outside.
Yeah, these guys are working well together here. Still early in the race, only lap 12, 75, 63 laps remaining now, as we just completed lap 12, now working on lap 13.
And Fernando wasn't back pulling out of line to assist the outside line. Most likely him trying to save some tires before Chris Akers here in this mix. He will be 3rd place on the inside line. The 9 of Paul Serna was thought about dropping down the inside to help the 88 of Mark Jorgensen, but then decides to stay high at the last minute to be assisted by his other teammate, the 3 of Rodney Woodford, before Chris Akers so far seems to be working with Daniel Harrington, Dwayne Cooper, James Peterson, and also 66 of Bobby Tinch. So he does have a lot of options of drivers to work with here in tonight's race. There's 2007 for round number 8 of the 12-race regular season, followed by a 6-race chase series. So the drivers know it is go time, Dave, to try and lock themselves into the chase.
Yeah, most definitely. I do believe this is the last race before the chase there, Sean. But these guys know it's go time. They got to get that win. They got to get up into the points there to have a shot at the championship and to win that custom die-cast car.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, Dave, this will be a 12-race regular season. They still have 4 more races after this one. You know, we have been past halfway ever since, I should say, I guess 2 races ago. So these drivers now know they're past the halfway mark. It is go time to find 5th gear, trying to lock themselves into these points. Not only lock themselves in, but lock themselves in as a team. That's what it takes here to be successful, is all the teamwork that it requires for their success, to keep these things up to speed, and for the teammates to keep each other in check. All race long, we have a new driver here in the top 10, the 82, Daniel Harrington, being pushed by the 66, Bobby Tinch.
Yeah, it looks like we've had some drivers here kind of drop off. The 58 of James Peterson, the 118 of Dalton Collins. Not sure what happened to Dwayne Cooper. He's got some heavy front end damage on that Drive for Autism's Toyota there, so he's got some damage on his truck.
That's a good point right there, Dave. Not sure what happened to him, and as we speak, he is getting freight trained by a very, very big pack. And when I say big, I mean over 6 trucks in this pack. I see who's leading this pack I'm speaking of. That will be led by the 5 Thomas Labar, being pushed by Zachary Hare. We have Travis Stewart in this mix, Lance Marsh in this mix as well, William Flamholtz, 6'5" Marty Ray, Dwayne Cooper back up to speed, 24 Kevin Tesmar, 52 of Adam Eisenhower, 18 of Gary Champion. Last time I checked on Gary Champion, he was in the front pack, but has now since dropped back and is now in this pack of his own. And as we speak, also Gary Champion has sustained some damage on the front end, Dave. So we have about 5 to 6 trucks very damaged here already on lap 16.
Yeah, I mean, it's a part 2007 Daytona, or as I like to call it, bumpy Daytona. You know, these drivers are getting jolted, so it's kind of hard to hold a straight line here with these bumps. But here we are, lap 17 of 75, just about 8 more laps till the end of segment number 1.
Yep, and remember, ladies and gentlemen, the closer we get to the end of segment number 1, like Dave talked about, lap 25 to 26, the drivers will be bunched up, trying their best to be among the top 5, so they can be able to take advantage of those free points that they get. Just like Dave had touched on a couple of laps back. Now, sitting up front, we do have the 3 of Wolford on the outside line, being pushed by his teammate, the 8 of Dana Osborne. On the inside line is their other teammates, the 9 of Paul Servant, being pushed by the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. We have the 87 Ray Morton on the second on the inside line, 3rd place on the inside line, 34 Sean Boundy on the outside line, 66 Bobby Tinch on the outside as well. The 3 of Wolford does drop down to the inside line, leaves the lead of the outside to the 8 of Dana Osborne, who will be pushed by the 29 of Walzenbach.
I tell you, I'm looking there at Matthew Walzenbach. He has got a new paint scheme on that truck. Looks like he is now racing the TN Design truck here. We're going to try to get a good look at it.
Yep, that is a very, very good looking paint scheme. That is the website on the rear end, tndesigns.weekly.com. So definitely check that out, because that is a well-dressed machine. Oh, it's breaking out front of now. It's back involved in this mix. Is a caution point to fly the 8 of Dana Osborne as well. Got a piece of the action. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but holy cow, what a wreck. Well, let's back up on Dana Osborne, Dave, and see what happened.
Well, as we pull up the Dre Broadcasting replay here, as you said, we are going to focus on the 8 of Dana Osborne, as it looks like it is going to stay green flag racing, Sean. But we're focusing on the 8 of Osborne, riding side by side. Looks like maybe a little contact between him and the 3 of Rodney Wolford here. As we're going to rewind it here, take another closer look at it. He gets down, and I think he hit a bump. That back end got a little loose there, so let's see, go up high and see if we can see the view here from the chopper. Yeah, it just looks like he hit a bump, got a little loose there, made contact with his teammate, the 3 of Rodney Wolford, as there was actually no contact between them until after the back end started kicking. But unfortunately, we are staying green flag racing. Our new race leader, the 34 of Sean Bowden.
Man, Dave, that wreck right there did really spread out this field. The throughput is pulling off to pit in this time by the 9. Servant is following him. 88 Mark Johnson following him as well. They went a little bit too hot. I want to see whether or not they have, most likely they might have sped, but difficult to tell. So we have 3 teammates going after their fallen teammate, the 8 of Dana Osborne, having their first green flag pit stops of tonight's race on lap number 21. But going back up around Sean Bounty still in the lead. Ryan Marina the second, being Sean second right behind him. 6 of Bobby Tinch right behind as well. We have more drivers on pit road. We have William Flamholtz and Marty Ray as well, hitting in as we speak.
Yeah, but we got top 5 right now. Sean Bounty, Raymond Rittenauer, Bobby Tinch, Chris Akers, and Daniel Harrington. These guys are racing here, try to keep the, no, they are coming down pit road as well.
Oh, Ryan Marina takes out the pit entrance cone. That just might be a black flag. Hopefully not, but he did go down pit road a little bit too hot. And that's one thing about this track, Dave, compared to the repaved 2011 Daytona, is that this track, the pit entrance is a little bit before. It comes up very quickly compared to the other Daytona, the newer Daytona. So these drivers do have to keep that in mind as well.
Well, with them down on pit road, that is going to hand the lead over to the 5 of Thomas LeBar. So that's going to shake up our top 5 now. That is going to have Thomas LeBar, Zachary Hale in second, Travis Stewart third, Lance Marsh fourth. Currently, Sean Bounty still being shown in the 5th position here on lap 22 of 75. Just 3-4 laps remaining till the end of segment number 1.
You know, Dave, I'm very confused at this point because, you know, in the past races this season with the Cyber Racing Association, we've seen drivers pit in after the segment is over because they do want to take advantage of those points. But tonight has somehow been different because they have pitted in about, I should say, 5 to 10 laps before the segment.
Well, Sean, what I think it is, they knew that they had a caution during the segment. They knew that after the end of the segment, there is not going to be a caution. So they're just playing a little pit strategy because they know they're going to have to pit.
Oh, that does make a lot of sense, and thank you for the clarification. Man, yep, that caution up in the beginning definitely did throw quite the loophole in these drivers' strategies here tonight so far. But going back up front, Thomas LeBar in the lead now, Zachary Hale second, Travis Stewart third, Lance Marsh fourth. And so far, everybody has pitted except for these top 4 drivers. I just read off their names, and they are single file as we speak. Most likely will be going down pit road as soon as the segment is over, because they just have they have 2 more laps remaining before the segment ends. So we're gonna see exactly how these pit stops play out for them. For the back in the pack, Dave, 34, Sean Boundy, Bobby Tinch, Chris Akers making a 3-track pack of their own. We have the 118 of Downton Collins so far being the odd man out. He has lost their draft and is trying to hoping to get picked up by the truck next to him, right behind, next in line. That's gonna be 35 of Sawyer Ott. Sawyer Ott does have a brand new machine, not a single scratch on that beast. So you will be picking him up, and their speed will get nothing but higher, and hopefully they can be able to make up as much time as they can. In the top 4 drivers, talk about Thomas LeBar, Zachary Hale, Lance Marsh, Travis Stewart pitting in this time by before the end of the segment. And once again, I was wrong, and once again, Dave being right. Well, this is going to pass the race lead over to the 3 of Ron Newford.
Yep, and he has got 2 teammates right behind him, the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. and the 9 of Paul Servant. Actually, taking a look here. Yep, 3 of Rodney Wolford is going to be our race leader as they go around the 6 of Stewart and the 00 of Dwayne Cooper.
And last time we checked on Dwayne, he did have a lot of heavy damage on the front end of that Toyota Tundra, but he did end up fixing it. He did get his brand new one, I should say. So he is now back up to pace here with everybody else, and now trying to make up as much time as he can, because he lost a lap going down pit road, same as 6 of Roger Stewart. And just like we had talked about, Rod Newford taking over the race lead, Mark Jorgensen second, Paul Servant third, and the 4 of Sean Boundy fourth. 6 of Bobby Tinch being shown here in the 5th place position so far, rounding up the top 5 here on lap 25. and the end of the segment is this time by.
Actually, it's already completed the end of the segment. It's lap 25 going to 26. We are on 26. Our top 5 is going to be Ronnie Wolford taking it, Mark Jorgensen second, Paul Servant third, Sean Bounty fourth, and Bobby Tinch fifth, all getting points for being in the top 5 of segment number 1.
Oh, 10. Boy, I do apologize about that, Dave. I was focused on the lap down trucks. I was focused on Roger Stewart and Dwayne Cooper, who were a lap less than that. And as we speak, they are trying to challenge these top drivers here. Mark Jorgensen, Rodney Wolford, Paul Servant. They are trying to get their laps back the hard way, but Dwayne is not being assisted, so he has no choice but to fall back in line, and they do go back to the queue line. They ride down low in the turns and up high on the straight stretches to try and scrub the tires less and keep the most speed possible at that point. And 6 of Roger Stewart right now is lagging back here, trying his best. Oh, the 88 Jorgensen goes sideways, wrecking up front. That is involved in this mess. Is it going to bring a caution? 9 of 7 gets tagged. 24 kilometers more, 6 of Roger Stewart. That caution flies on lap 27. Oh, 34, Sean Bounty gets into him. The 6 of Bobby Tinch gets into him as well. More of a bigger wreck than it was. Oh man, very unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved. Let's see if we can focus on let's focus on the 88 of Jorgensen Jr. on replay.
Yeah, it looks like he had to check up there because of a lap car there, trying to get around a truck that was up in the wall, and that just started a chain reaction there. Let's go back and take a look at it here once again. We got Mark Jorgensen Jr. leading here as they are coming around. The truck in front of him gets up into the wall. The 62 tries to go around him. He's up in the wall. Jorgensen checks up, gets slammed into the back end of him. That is going to put the 9 of Paul Servant around, the 3 of Rodney Wolford, and a whole bunch of trucks involved there. That's going to shake things up here for tonight's race.
Oh man, that was unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved. And man, that was a very big record. It started very small, but ended up collecting a lot more drivers who were further back in the pack, at least 1 to 2 seconds behind that lead pack. And they had nowhere to go and ended up, you know, that banking always works against every single driver out there when it comes to such cases as spins. And we do have Bobby Tinch right now, Dave, trying to go down the pit road with some heavy black smoke coming from the rear end. Oh, he finally blows his motor. Oh, man. He is doing over 100 miles an hour, so he most likely, Dave, was going to be able to pour down the pit road. He should be able to make it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take this time to take our first commercial of the break of the night. So, to give everybody a chance to refill their drinks, refill their snacks. We'll be right back.
Don't let your first date be your last. Visit People Against Distracted Driving at PADD.org.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, back to Daytona 2007 with the Cyber Racing Association Drive for Autism Speedway Summer Series. We're going back to the race. Not sure why that's so much of a tongue twister for me, but going back to the race, we are right now still under caution and being led by the 5, Thomas Labar, Marty Ray being shown second, Downton Collins up to 3rd place, Chris Akers 4th, and Mark Jorgensen in the 5th place spot. And this does give us some time for a race interview. The lights and pace car are still turned on, so let's focus on the 118 of Downton Collins. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined by the 118 of Downton Collins up here in the Dre Broadcasting booth. Good up there, Downton?
Yes, I do.
How are you doing tonight?
Pretty good. Just trying to get through this old style of Daytona. This thing's really bumpy out here.
Oh, 10-4 indeed. And Downton will continue in so long, but it definitely is good to see you, and we hope you've been doing well.
Yeah, I took a 4-month hiatus, not on purpose, but you know, had some things I had to work through outside of iRacing and CRA, but great to be back here in the truck, and got a pretty fast hot rod. Just trying to make my way up through here. Really didn't have too much luck on that little incident in 1 and 2, but up here running 3rd and see what happens.
Oh, 10-4, that's the spirit, and it definitely is great to have you back. You are an amazing driver who knows how to get the job done. And Downton tonight, well, this season, we do have a lot of teammates out there, a lot of drivers working in pairs. Do you have anybody you're working with or anybody you're depending on?
Actually, no. I'm, this is a one truck entry for German Motorsports. We're a small super late model team, kind of venturing out into the trucks a little bit. This is a team that I found through the power of Facebook, actually. So we're here trying to see what we got for the trucks. And big shout out to AJ Brissett, Jonathan Smith, all those guys over there, and also my cup team on my cup side, Fastlane Motorsports, Jonathan Dicker, Dave Siltman, all those guys over there.
Oh, copy that, Downton. Well, buddy, we look forward to you bringing this home as a solo here tonight from your return from a 4-month little vacation there. But, buddy, good luck to you. Head in the right direction and see you in victory lane.
All right, hopefully. Thank you.
And that was the 118 of Downton Collins, and we are now back 1-2 green, being led by the 5 of Thomas Labar with the help of the 118 of Downton Collins on the inside line. On the outside is 6'5 of Marty Ray with the help of the defending champion 54 of Chris Akers, going green this time by lap 31. We're going to be having, let's see, we'll be having 44 laps remaining as soon as we cross the start-finish line. And the green flag flies. Well, let's get it done.
Yes, the pace car now brings them here out of turn number 4, ready to go. Green flag racing. Pace car's off. Green flag flies. Go. The 5 of Thomas Labar puts it back down, but here comes the Marty Ray and Chris Akers on the outside. They are keeping pace with them real well. James Peterson sitting there in 5th, just kind of riding behind the 118 as they are getting these trucks up to speed and entering turn number 1.
For the back in the pack, 6'9 of Rod Rodman Sr. He has been keeping a lot of problems. I've spoken much of Rod Rodman Sr., but he is an amazing driver as well. He is riding behind the 23 of Jeremy Funk. These guys letting this pack go and will fall back in line. 6'9 of Rod does fall back in line, drops the inside of the 23 of Jeremy Funk, and Funk does stay high to let him by. No harm there. And going up front in front of them, we do have the 9 of Paul Servant, 3 Rodney Wilford, 8 of Dennis Osborne, 8 of Jorgensen. Gonna take it 3 wide on the outside, at least try to take it to 62 of Zachary L, 3 wide. But Zach does go low to 2 of Adam Eisenhower, sorry. He does go low to let them go back double wide. Well, this race fan race has had some bad luck here so far, so they are trying their best to go 3 wide and get back up front where they were before everything went south. They're gonna go 3 wide. They check up to pick up a driver on the outside 13 of Tommy Champagne. For the back in the pack, Dave, the 6 of Roger Stewart here falling back, falling off the pace behind the 18 of Derry Champion. He has the 108 of Brandon Jackson catching up to him. And Brandon Jackson once again has used up his backup track. He had no choice but to use it. And he's now being shown 3 laps down. He was 4 laps down. Oh, F1 driver's pitting it. Oh, it's a wreck on the front stretch. Heavy smoke from the rear end of the 9 of Paul Servant. Oh, there's some heavy smoke. Looks like a truck that was painted with the 9 of Paul Servant's color. gonna try and catch a number on that machine. That's 6-9 of Rodrunner Senior with some heavy smoke on the rear end, and that did stack up the field.
Yes, let's go back here and see if we can find this on the instant replay. See exactly what happened to the 69 Rod Rodman Sr. as we pull up the Dre Broadcasting instant replay here. Gonna do some rewinding here, see if we can see exactly what happened. Here, one moment while I try to locate it. Here he is. Oh, he just gets real loose in the turn, up into the outside wall. He keeps it up. Everybody goes down below to missing, keeping the green flag out. But he, as he said, he has blown that engine.
Oh man, very unfortunate indeed for Rod Rodman Sr., but nice save on his part. Being able to keep that green flag flying, and great job by everybody on the track. Being able to avoid that mess. I saw a lot of drivers pulling off while focusing on Roger Stewart and the drivers in front of him, 108, Brandon Jackson as well. These drivers were pulling off as though they were pitting in. Then I looked up, I saw some trail of smoke. That's exactly what happened, but very unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved. But that once again does spread out the field because a lot of drivers did back off to try and avoid getting involved in what they thought was going to be a caution. So it's going to be tough luck for all those drivers trying to play catch-up again here. So they can be able to catch up with that lead pack, hopefully, before it's too late. But going back up front of the outside line, we have some contact between 5 of Labar and 54 of Chris Akers. They were able to somehow keep that green. The 118 of Dalton Collins did back off to give these guys some room. And right now he is checking for the inside. 58 of James Peterson made his way back up to the front behind the 118 of Dalton Collins. On the outside is 54 of Chris Akers. Chris Akers' his highest move here to the front. 3 wide, and here Jorgensen moves the 35 of Sawyer up the track. 3 wide here in the middle. Mark Jorgensen is being pushed by the 8 of Dana Osborne. Dana Osborne all over him, trying his best to keep the momentum high, keep that speed high. That 35 Sawyer Arch will stay high, let these guys by. Most likely hoping to catch a break and catch a hole so he can be able to get in and avoid losing a lot of spots in time and speed as he is at the moment. Because he doesn't have too much draft. He has that side draft, but it's not enough to keep him together with everybody else. But he finally catches the break behind the 00 of Dwayne, who ran the 9 of Paul Servant. So he does fall back in line here on lap 37.
Yeah, there's a lot of trucks on that outside lane. It is moving. As the 54 of Chris Akers jumps down here. Oh, he is down through the grass. We're going to have to pull that back up on instant replay here and see exactly what happened to him. But we are staying green flag racing here. But 54 Chris Akers, just after dropping down on the bottom, goes flying down through the grass here. So let's take a look to see exactly what happened. Oh, bad hook with the 65 of Marty Ray. He goes down in through the grass here. So that's highly unfortunate there for the 54 machine of Chris Akers.
Absolutely very unfortunate indeed for the 54 of Chris Akers, but nice save, keeping it off the track. And we'll be going down pit road. Yes, he is on pit road as we speak. Gonna be using his backup truck so he can be able to get back out there, get his lap back, and stay competitive with everybody back on the lead lap. But going back up from 88 of Mark Jorgensen, H. Dana Osborne, Rodney Wolford, Marty Ray, top 4 respectively. 65 Marty Ray on unfortunately the 3 of Rodney Wolford on the inside line. The outside line is the place to be. The 118 of Dalton Collins has sustained a little bit of a front ding and a rear end ding in the right rear, but not too bad. He is still being able to keep up pace here. Robbing is racing. And when these guys have to bump draft, they do end up giving each other 2 big of bumps, which do really leave dents in these machines. And I'll just speak the 88 of Mark Johnson is depending on the 118 of Dalton Collins, who will assist him on the outside line. The Brazil doing up a big run. He's going to have no choice but to back it down.
Yeah, they got a rule here, cyber racing, no bumping in the corners. So these drivers got to be careful in these turns. Get sucked up too close. You don't want to bump and receive that penalty. But here we are, lap 39 of 75, coming to lap 40. Just 11 laps to go to the end of segment number 2.
But Dave back from the 118 of Downton Das did finally clear the inside line and drop down to be assisted by the 8 of Dana Osborne. The 00 Grant Cooper now is pushing on the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. getting the outside line working. And for the back in the pack, 58 of Jim Peterson is riding in this pack. 82 Daniel Harrington. It's not much of Daniel Harrington either here tonight, but he is now back here in this lead pack. He's pretty much riding, keeping his nose clean, at least trying to keep his nose clean and stay out of trouble, so he can be here for the end of tonight's race. For the back in the pack, 97 of Lance Marsh as well. Does have a pack of his own. He is pushing on the 29. Wasn't back right now. Leading a pack of his own. We have 87 right now in this pack. 34 Sean Boundy, 13 of Tommy Champagne, making a 5 track pack back in 16.
Yeah, these guys are hooking up. They need to hook up to be able to catch that front pack because they're a little distance back, so they got some time to make up. But meanwhile, the 118 of Dalton Collins still leading here is just a newcomer here, but he is out front here with that truck with the 8 of Dana Osborne right behind him. Then Paul Servant and Rodney Wolford on the outside. You got Mark Jorgensen Jr., you got Dwayne Cooper, 35 Sawyer Ott, and the 21 of William Flamholtz all on the outside.
Yep, William Flamholtz making his first appearance here tonight in the top 10. He is in 9th place behind the 35 of Sawyer Ott. Sawyer Ott now finally back up to 3rd place on the outside line, but so far being shown in 6th place position. Early on he was shuffled out to the outside line with the 3 wide action by Mark Johnson and the 8 of Dana Osborne, that is now back out here seeking revenge, or trying to get some revenge on these drivers and taking back what was rightfully his, which was the 2nd place spot on the outside line. And I believe at that point he was in the 3rd place position. As we speak, the 21 of William Flamholtz is backing off so far, trying to just stay out of trouble. He has 58 of Peterson all over his back end. For the back of the pack, Dave, this pack has gotten very big. It's 2nd pack once again. That's being led by the 13 of Tommy Champagne. So now it's back to 2. Zachary Hill taps the apron. 13 of Tommy gets sideways. He's gonna go off the track. Oh, he might have got caught speeding on pit road. Oh, he smacks the tires. They're off the track on the apron. I'm sure, Dave, if we can, but let's back it up on Tommy Champagne and see what happened.
Well, we're gonna focus on the 13 of Tommy Champagne to see exactly what happened here. We're going to rewind this here and take a look. It looks like he is just coming into the corner. Oh, touches that apron. That apron is not your friend here at Daytona. Gets on that apron. The back end gets around, but he does a great job at keeping it from going onto the track. But he is going to go hit that wall, and oh, that is going to be some major damage on that 13 machine.
Absolutely. As we speak, Tommy Champagne is getting towed down to pit road. We have Marty Ray down pit road as well, pitting in. Well, something tells me it's too early for green flag pit stops for Marty Ray. Most likely not a scheduled pit stop, but he has pitted in alone and will be rolling off pit road solo. That is not a good thing for a super speedway. So he most likely will be hoping for a quick caution so he can be able to get back on the lead lap and stay competitive with everybody else, because at this point he is now being shown 1 lap down here on lap number 45. And going a little bit up front, we do have the 2 of Adam Eisenhower riding single file behind the 23 of Jeremy Funk. On the outside, the 29 wasn't back, trying to make the outside line work. And the 52 of Adam Eisenhower will follow him, get it working.
Yes, it looks like there's some trucks falling off as they go around the 6 of Stewart, putting him a lap down. Daniel Arrington and the 21 of William Flamholtz has lost the draft of the lead pack. So they are just working here with the 6 of Stewart. But that's going to push them back because they are going to lose. But taking a look back here to Matthew Walzenbach leading this other pack here, they're losing a lot of ground to them leaders here as we are getting ready. Just 6 laps remaining to the end of segment number 2.
And Dave, you touched on Roger Stewart early on, getting laps. Well, Dave, this is unlike Roger Stewart. You know, like in the beginning I talked about how he's never apart from Travis Stewart, but today something's definitely going wrong. He's having some bad luck out there, so once he's just hoping for, 2 cautions so he can be able to get back on the lead lap and stay competitive with everybody else. We'll just hope everything's going well with Roger.
Yeah, most definitely. But we are going to keep an eye on this lead pack here. Just 5 laps to go for the end of segment number 2. As they are now coming out of turn number 4, it'll put us at 4 laps to go for the end of segment number 2. We are still being led by the 88, Mark Jorgensen Jr. with Dana Osborne on the outside. Paul Servant, Dalton Collins on the inside. So we still got a little bit of a battle here for those top 5 positions here for them bonus points at the end of segment number 2.
And Dave, we had one more driver pit in. Actually, same driver who just pitted in about a lap ago. That was 6'5" Marty Ray pitting in for a second time, lap after lap. Not sure what happened there, but most likely had some damage that he was trying to get fixed. But as we speak, he is now back on the racing surface, trying to get back up to speed, hoping that someone picks him up. And so far, he has a pack approaching him further back in the pack. That's being led by 29 of Matthew Worthenbach. So if he is lucky enough, he should be able to tag onto the rear of that pack and get back up to speed, just like everybody else. But going back up front, 88 of Mark Jorgensen leading outside. And we have one driver saying he's pitting in this time. It's the 5 of Thomas Labar. Oh, let's focus on the 5 of Labar and see if he pits in. Because pitting at this track is very, very interesting. So here, if he pits in, fingers crossed, and hope it goes well for Thomas. And Thomas is riding behind the, that's going to be 3 of Rodney Woodford on the inside line. He does have the 35, sorry, all right behind him. And yes, he is peeling off this time by going down. He is hard on the brakes. Is he going to make it? Oh, Dave, he was caught speeding. Oh, man, that's very unfortunate indeed for Thomas Labar. He was carrying about 20 miles an hour more than the pit road speed limit. He was going 80 miles an hour in a 60. Oh, Dave, maybe we could have watched him pit in because maybe we jinxed him, you know, the broadcaster jinx out there, but we hope that's not the case. But going back up front, we are being led by the 9 of Paul Servant here, who has the 118 of Dalton Collins on his behind him on the inside line. On the outside is the 88 of Mark Jorgensen being pushed by the 8 of Dana Osborne.
Yep, and they are coming to the start-finish line. We were going to have one more lap here for the end of segment number 1. And if I'm not mistaken, Sean, I don't think we had a caution this segment.
Oh no, Dave, no caution here this segment. So a lot of drivers are going to come through. We'll be having competition caution once the segment is over here. This is the final lap of the segment, correct?
Yes, it is. So coming here across the start-finish line as these trucks are making their way down the backstretch. We are being led by the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. on the outside. We got 3 wide with Dwayne Cooper. Nope, he backs it off, jumps back down into line. Paul Servant on the inside as they are now coming through turns 3 and 4 here towards the start-finish line. The 118 of Dalton Collins making his way down on the pit road. Here is we are now crossing the start-finish line. Let me get my updated. The top 5 is going to be Mark Jorgensen taking it. Dana Osborne 2nd. Paul Servant 3rd. Dwayne Cooper 4th. Jim Peterson getting the bonus point in your 5th position as he is right behind his teammate Radical Racing 00 of Dwayne Cooper.
Yep, and pit road is now a busy place. We have William Flamholtz, Dalton Collins, Jeremy Funk, and Lance March pitting in as we speak with about 20-21 laps on their tires. 00 Dwayne Cooper trying to fall back in line. Everybody is going single file. This is a sign of them pitting in here shortly. He will fall back in line. Yes, he does behind 35, so already is pitting in this time by. Oh, nope, he was carrying too much speed. He decides to stay out. But he let off the gas way too early, so he's going to have to get back up to speed. Lost a lot of time because of that mistake. Very unfortunate for Dwayne Cooper, but he most likely will be pitting in this time by. We have Jim Peterson down pit road, Daniel Harrington down pit road, so his teammates did pit in without him.
Well, we are in the final stretch here, Sean. Just 24 laps remaining here at 2007 Daytona, the bumpy Daytona, as we are going to definitely have some fireworks here tonight because this has been an interesting race, even though we have only had 2 cautions here tonight. Taking a look at our race report, 2 cautions for 4 laps, or 8 laps, I'm sorry. 21 lead changes already tonight.
Oh, absolutely. It has been a very battlefield race. And as we speak, Dave, pit road is a very, very busy place for the second round of green flag pit stops here tonight. Mark Jorgensen, Dapper, Dana Osborne, Rodney Wolford, Paul Servant, Sawyer Ott, and Dwayne Cooper all down pit road this time by. And so far, looks like Dave might be having new leaders. 58 of Peterson, Daniel Harrington as well. Oh, speaking of Peterson and Harrington, they are not hooked up. They are separated from each other, so they will lose a lot of time before they gain any, if any. And as we speak, James Peterson is coming up to the start-finish line here, most likely take over the race lead. Let's see.
Well, actually, right now, Sean, Mark Ferguson Jr. came into pit road first. He is still for first as he is getting up to speed. Those guys did an excellent pit job. They had a good distance there, but looks like they are going to be able to maintain their positions here as they are now working their way into turn number 3.
Yeah, absolutely amazing pit stops indeed by all teammates and all drivers out there. And that does it for our second round of green flag pit stops. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are now on lap number 53 with 22 laps remaining this time by. So I'm going to take a commercial break so you guys can get your second round of popcorn and refreshments. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show under the world of outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for round 8 here of Cyber Association Drive for Autism Super Speedway Summer Series at Daytona 2007. But going back to the race, we are being led by the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. 3 running for Binch on second, 9 Paul Servant third, Sawyer Ott fourth, and the 118 of Downton Collins so far, rounding up the top 5 this far. And unfortunately, we have had 2 drivers retire early for the night. We have Rod Runema Sr. and Tommy Champagne retire early for the night. But definitely look forward to seeing these drivers back again next week for round number 9 with the K&N cars at Talladega Super Speedway. A lot wider track, not bumpy at all. Or 2 bumps in the trial, but not too major. So we should expect to see some amazing racing there too. Some 3-4 wide, maybe even 5 wide. We are lucky enough for the back in the pack here. We do have the 00 Dwayne Cooper being pushed by the 6 of Roger Stewart. They have found each other. Roger Stewart is being shown 2 laps down, and Dwayne Cooper is still on the lead lap. And Dwayne had some bad luck during those second round of green flag pit stops, which did cost him a lot of time. With a new viewer checking the chat, that's going to be John Marine. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, most definitely, but it's coming down here. We are coming here on 15 to go as the leaders are now getting ready to cross the start-finish line. So 15 laps remaining here for the Cyber Racing Association Drive for Autism Summer Super Speedway Series here in 2007 Daytona.
And Dave, with the last round of green flag pit stop, like you said, second round of green flag pit stop we had, the drivers did pit it. Oh, we have a caution flying on the track. I see some drivers in the grass on the apron. I see some. We have 23 Jeremy Funk in the grass. We have 21 William Flamwood smack the wall. Let's see if we can focus on the replay.
We are going to focus on the 21 of William Flamholtz here. See if we can see exactly what happened. Looks like he tried to go. Got loose there, went to the outside, came back, but somebody was already there down into the inside wall. That is going to bring out our 3rd caution here of the night. This is going to shake things up here for the final. Taking a look here, we are going to have just about, probably about 10 laps to go when we get back to the green flag.
Oh, man. Yeah, absolutely very unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved, and with all those pit stops that we had and all that carnage we had up there with a lot of checkups, a lot of drivers tapping the apron, and everyone just smacking on their brakes to avoid getting into it, to cause cautions. We only have 14 drivers on the lead lap this far, and a lot of drivers are being shown a lap or more down. We have Jeremy Funk, Travis Stewart, Lance Marsh, William Flamwoods, Gary Champion, Maury Ray, Sean Boundy, Chris Akers, and Roger Stewart, or a lap down. We have one more driver retiring early for the night. That's the 108 of Brandon Jackson, who did have a rough start to tonight's race here with the first wreck there on lap number 1 on the restart, on the start. But we look forward to seeing this driver and every single driver back again once again for round 9 next week at Talladega Super Speedway with the K&N cars. But going back up front, we are being led by Mark Jorgensen Jr. here, and these drivers do have about 10 to 12 laps on their tires, and they should be able to make it all the way on gas, but they will be going down pit road this time by.
Yeah, it's under yellow. No point in risking it. Go down, get some tires, get some fuel. Get ready for a 10-lap shootout here at Daytona, here for the win. So they're going to come down, but looks like the 118 of Dalton Collins is going to stay out, take over the race lead.
We have Dalton here trying to lead some more laps. He has already led some laps. He did lead some laps early on up there. He's still staying out to just lead more. It's never enough. And we do have one driver getting the wave around the pace car. We have Marty Ray. Actually, a lot more drivers getting around the wave around the pace car. Roger Stewart, Chris Akers, Sean Boundy, Gary Champion, Marty Ray, Lance Marsh, Travis Stewart, and Jeremy Funk all getting 1 lap back under this yellow. And this does give us some time for a race interview. So let's focus on the 35 of Sawyer Ott. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined by the 35 of Sawyer Ott up here in the Dre broadcasting booth. Get a cup there, Sawyer?
Yeah, I got you there.
How are you doing tonight?
And I'm doing pretty good. I've had a decent race so far. It's just, I think we're a little short on fuel there, so we're glad to see this caution come out. We'll just hopefully we can run it out and not have a big one at the end.
Oh, copy that. Very glad to hear that, Sawyer. And man, tonight you have been doing an amazing job. Early on, we noticed you got shuffled out to the outside 3 wide, handled that pretty well, was able to get back in line, get your run back, and get back up to the front. And so, if I haven't been seeing you too much with you around your teammates, are you being able to keep behind them for the most part, or keep around them?
Well, I chose not to qualify. I like starting in the back, as you know, and but they all qualified up in the top 5, and then I think some of them had some early troubles, but I've just been kind of hanging out, you know, conserving my car or my truck, and so it's not that I purposely didn't want to run around them. We've been on the opposite end of the track, seems like. Whenever I got up front, they were all in the back, and I was vice versa early on. So hopefully we can get together here at the end. They're still running, and if we can definitely get together, the Rebel Racing guys are going to try to work together and see if we got something for them.
Oh, copy that. That is definitely something for us up here in the booth and the viewers out there to look forward to. And Sawyer, you have seemed to have a very fast truck out there. I've noticed you're getting a lot of big runs on these guys, but so far just pretty much backing off. I've been riding, just trying to keep a nose clean. But you think you have what it takes to advance your spot here, or at least bring it home for the first time?
Yeah, I hope so. And I got to thank my teammates, Wills and Back, Bounty, and Rittenhour we brought a really fast setup tonight, and like you said, we can definitely get some runs. It's just this track's tough to put it 3 wide, but I think that's what's going to have to take it towards the end to get around some people, because it's bumpy, it's tough track, but it's just hard. It's hard to make it happen without causing a big wreck. So we'll just have to see how it plays out, and hopefully we can bring it home.
Oh, 10-4, buddy. Sounds like a plan, and man, you have been doing an amazing job, headed the right direction ever since the drop of the green flag. Well, but it is go time for you. Well, it has been. So look forward to seeing you and your teammate in victory lane. Good luck, buddy. Make us proud.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate what you guys do.
And that was the 35 of Sawyer Arch representing Rebel Racing with Fernando Rosenbach, Ram Rittenhour the second, and Sean Boundy. So we'll be trying to catch up to them or get together with them here before the race ends. And it is now go time. What Dave was almost talking about before the caution had fallen, I was going to talk about how the drivers were most likely going to be able to make it all the way. But Sawyer did clarify that they were not going to be able to make it all the way. So everybody was very, very happy to see that caution. And that was definitely a game changer. And now it is finally go time for the drivers. We are now back 1 to green. Once we go back green flag racing, we will be having 10 laps remaining here in tonight's race. This is lap 65. On this lineup, we have Gary Champion in the lead. Actually, Gary Champion is being shuffled back to the pack. So going back up front, 118 of Dalton Collins is leading the inside here with the help of the 00 of Dwayne Cooper. On the outside is the 82 Daniel Harrington with the help of the 3 of Rodney Woodford going green. This time by, well, hang on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Yep, and it's going to be a 10-lap shootout for the checkered flag, so it's going to shake things up. We're going to see a lot of slicing and dicing. These guys are going to have to make some moves to get up front here for a chance to win.
Oh, most definitely. Unfortunately, we can only have one winner, but all these teammates will try their best to be right behind each other here. We do have some Radical Racing drivers, Dwayne Cooper, Bobby Tinch, Daniel Harrington, and James Peterson. And right now, Dwayne does have his closest teammate there, Daniel Harrington, leading the outside line. So he definitely will be trying his best to get up there the best he can. Because at this point, Dwayne is boxing on the inside line. 118 of Dalton Collins having no teammates, trying to bring his home solo. The pace car does dip up. The green flag flies. They open it down the floor. Cooper all over the 118 of Collins here before the start-finish line. On the outside of the 82, Daniel Harrington being pushed by the 3 of Rodney Woodford, who is being assisted by his teammate, the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr.
Yep. So they're up front here, so this is going to be a battle here. Dwayne Cooper there on the inside, assisting the 118. He's got Paul Servant and James Peterson right behind him. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be it. Now, we do know we are on lap 66 of 75. 10 laps to go. Lap 71. If a flag comes out, that is going to freeze the field and end the race. Then, of course, there's lap 75. that is the final race. Hopefully we will get through this green flag racing here as they are hammering out of turn number 4. Coming to take the start-finish line, making it 9 laps to go.
Yep, all race long tonight we have seen a lot of give, but now I'm not seeing any give whatsoever, but all take. The drivers are trying to take, and not give any. 77 Travis Stewart right now being helped by the 97 of Lance Marsh. The Delta 6 of Roger Stewart down pit road. Not sure what happened to Roger Stewart, and Marty Ray is pitting in this time as we speak. But Travis hooked up with the 97 of Lance Marsh here for a common good going towards the front. They are dropping off 34 of Sean Boundy and the 62 of Zachary Hale. And these drivers right now as well trying to keep up or catch up to this lead pack. They do have this 87 of Raymond on the second, close enough to draft with on the inside line here. And the 87 Raymond Rittenauer rocking that Dre Broadcasting logo, looking very good. So was back as well in this mix, not inside on his teammate 87 right now. So they are hooked up. They will be trying to make some room here for themselves before too long.
Question is, can they hold off that hard charging outside of race span? Rodney Wolford, Paul Servant, Mark Jorgensen Jr., Dana Osborne, can they hold them off? Is there's only 2 trucks that are really hooked up on the inside. That is the 118 of Collins and the 82 of Daniel Harrington. It's starting to get a little dicey. 8 laps to go, coming on 7 laps to go.
Yep, Wells and back was getting a run on the 5 of Thomas LaBar, but did decide to back up, and LaBar falls back in line on the inside line here behind the 8 of Dana Osborne. The 5 LaBar here, very anxious to get the job done. DeVere Cooper jumps up to the outside like I can't speak. He will be behind the 8 of Dana Osborne. Dana all over his teammates, all this. Wrecking up from 82 there after involved. Oh, big wreck up from the observing of Dwayne Cooper has been pinballed. Oh man, that's unfortunate. 58 Peterson involved. 82 Harrington, 87 Rittenauer, 88 Mark Jorgensen, Zachary Hale, Rodney Woodford, the 34 of Sean Boundy, 35 Sawyer Ott. Man, let's back it up on 82 of Harrington and see what happened.
The apron got another victim, Sean. He got down on that apron there coming through the turn, got a little loose. The 118 of Collins had nowhere to go. Harrington went up and just slammed him. Wow, that is a big wreck here.
Oh man, yeah, that's a very big wreck indeed, and very unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved. And that apron has claimed at least 4 drivers here in tonight's race for round number 8. Oh man, that wreck that has definitely shaken up the field and changed a lot of things. And Dave, we are lucky enough, we will be seeing at least 1 to 2 green flag runs. Well, 1 to 2 laps of green flag racing.
Yeah, we are going to see some green flag racing here for the checkered. Taking a look here up front, we are now being led by the 9 of Paul Servant, Dalton Collins 2nd, Dana Osborne 3rd, Thomas LaBar 4th, and Mr. Super Speedway himself, Matthew Wolzenbach, rounding out your top 5. Well, it's actually kind of changing here, so, but these guys are going to get grouped up here. We got 6 laps to go, coming on 5 laps to go, so we are going to have 1 to 2 laps of green flag racing for the checkered flag.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a game changer for all the drivers out there. They were not expecting to see that, or hadn't seen the big one. Only see the big one at least once in every race, and that happened there on lap number 68. And 118, Dalton Collins was able to somehow stay alive off that, despite being in the middle of the whole thing. But we have Mr. Highside himself, Sean Bundy was involved in that. We had 87 Rittenauer involved, 00 Dwayne Cooper, Daniel Harrington, James Peterson. All these drivers got a piece of the action, and they are on pit road as we speak. Some getting some damage fixed, and some of them do still have their backup trucks, but some of them not quite. 00 Dwayne Cooper ended up using his backup truck early on because he did have some heavy damage on that machine. So he most likely will be out of this race because he did get a big piece of the action. Looking at his truck right now on pit road, that front end has definitely seen better days. You can't even really see the Toyota Tundra logo. So right now William Flammonds is on pit road as well. 67 of Philip Labar has been on pit road pretty much all race long tonight. That's had a very rough start to tonight's race. We have 34 Sean Boundy smoking heavily going down pit road this time by as well, and Raymond Rittenauer rolling off. And that's absolutely right there, John. That Dre Broadcasting logo does give these guys some extra horsepower. And, you know, since Raymond is, you know, rocking that Dre Broadcasting logo and has damage, that should be, he most likely is going to be able to counter it, Dave.
Well, we're going to find out. But the thing is, you only got 2 laps to find out.
That is true. 1 lap to get up to speed and 1 lap of racing. Oh man, this will make things very interesting. I've said it 1,000 times, but once again, it's going to make things very interesting and something to look forward to. When Dave up front here, the 9 of Servant, who is our current race leader, does have some damage on the front end. Let's see, 118 Dalton Collins as well has some front end damage on the machine. 8 Dana Osborne as well, rocking some some front end damage on the machine. So far, the top 3 drivers do have some kind of damage on these machines. So it will make things even more interesting, extra interesting on this restart that will be coming up to the next and final restart, because the next flag will end the race. We'll be coming to 1 to green next time by, but this definitely does give us some time for a race interview. So let's focus on the 62 of Zachary Hale. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined by 62 of Zachary Hale, representing Checker One Motorsports. You got a call up there, Zach?
Yeah, I do apologize. My mic's a little messed up, but yeah, I'm here.
Oh, we got you loud and clear, buddy. How you doing?
Doing good. How are y'all?
Oh, man, doing good too, thanks. Man, tonight, Zach, it's been all about surviving, being alive, being there to see the end of the race, and you have done exactly that. Have a brand new machine, not a single scratch on that machine. That H&H Graphic Designs machine has been a race so far.
It's been pretty good. We've kept it, like you said, we've kept it clean. So I guess that's all we can really ask for.
And man, with how bumpy this track is, I mean, I've seen a lot of drivers with some kind of damage, but with yours, not a single scratch. And so once again, I want to commend you on being able to keep that machine as clean as possible. How's the track feeling?
Other than the bumps, it's pretty good.
Oh yeah. And do you have any teammates who you're going to be bringing home here with tonight?
Yeah, as always, we've got Gary Champion and Tom LaBar. He's in one of our sister teams there, and hopefully he'll hook up with me and take me to the front.
Oh, Dan, boy, yeah, we noticed Thomas LaBar was almost involved in that, but was able to stay off of it, and so were you. But man, you've been doing an amazing job all race long. Started 26th, no qualifying time, and currently in the 7th place position. And you are now back 1 to green, buddy. So keep doing exactly what you're doing, and hopefully you don't get a single scratch on that machine. And look forward to seeing you in victory lane, buddy.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
And that was 62 of Zachary Hale with Checker One Motorsports, and so far he has one of his teammates, the 18 of Gary Champion, who is about 7 spots behind him. So Gary will be trying to hustle to get up to the front to his teammate Zachary Hale, so they can bring this thing home 1-2 as a team. But going back up front once again, we are back 1 to green. The 9 Paul Servant with his teammate, the 8 Dana Osborne on the inside. On the outside is the 118 of Dalton Collins, a solo man here tonight, no teammates, and has been doing an amazing job all race long. So it just goes to show how it's not all about teammates, it's all about that driving style and knowing how to work the draft. And he will have the 5 of Thomas LaBar right behind him. And 5 of LaBar is the driver who the 62 of Zachary Hale is hoping will work with him here before the checkered flag flies. And once we go green, just like Deva talked about, we're going to be having a 2-lap shootout. On lap number 74, we have one driver retiring early for the night as well, the 82 of Daniel Harrington. Well, we are going green for the final time this time. But hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a bumpy ride, literally and figuratively. Well, Dave, take it away.
Pace car dips off. Ready to go back. Green flag flies. Paul Servant, Dana Osborne hard on the throttle. 118 of Dalton Collins kind of falling back as the 5 of Thomas LaBar is not able to get up to him. Looks like that inside lane is going to be the place to be right now.
It looks like 5 of LaBar does have damage that's actually affecting him, and right now he has 77 Private Stewart to the rescue on his rear, on his back bumper. Left with 12 Chris Akers as well to get the outside line. Go to the 8 of Dana Osborne trying to get out of line to get the outside line working. He jumps up. Oh, That's gonna cost the 118 of Dalton to they take him 3 wide in the middle. The 118 of Dalton with 5 of the bar. The 77 Travis Stewart 3 wide on the outside. On the leave the 8 or the 9 of Paul Servant on the inside, wrecking. And in turn 3, the caution flies, wrecking up front again. Oh man, that's gonna involve another rep before Chris Akers involved. So now was back involved. Dana Osborne, Sawyer Art, 118 Dalton Collins, and further back in the pack to start off this wreck. That's gonna involve the 25 of Marty Ray, Travis Stewart, Jim Peterson, the 6, and then Paul Servant on his lid as well. Oh, that was 2 separate incidents. Let's back it up and focus on the 9 of Paul Servant. Oh, replay.
Yeah, as they take him 3 wide, it's just the bumps got to him, bumped off the Matthew Walzenbach up into the 77. And then, of course, up in front of him, just major carnages. There is a lot of trucks involved in that.
Oh, man. I am actually speechless. I don't even know what to say about that. That was quite the wreck. That was very unfortunate for every single driver involved. All hard racing. And that will end tonight's race under caution. Oh, we have more wrecking on the track. 59 Peterson involved. 118 Dalton going sideways on the track. A lot of smoking drives from William Flamholtz. The 52 of Adam Eisenhower involved. 62 Zachary Hale smoking. 29 wasn't back smoking. 23 of Jeremy Funk. Can't even recognize that machine. 87 Rittenauer involved as well. Mark Jorgensen. 65 Marty Ray involved. 77 Travis Stewart involved. 6 of Roger Stewart back on the track as well. Some damage on the rear end. I think I mentioned almost pretty much just every single driver out there, but official results here we have 5. Thomas Labar bring it home. Lance Marsh 2nd, 18 Gary Champion 3rd, Marty Ray 4th, and the 118 of Dalton Collins in the 5th place spot. What a game changer. The end of the race here. Checkered flag has flown. What a race here, Dave. What a race.
Well, Sean, it has actually changed right now. Thomas Labar is our race winner. Lance Marsh 2nd, Travis Stewart will finish 3rd, Sawyer Ott 4th, and Marty Ray finishing in the top 5.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will be interviewing the top 3 drivers, Thomas Labar, Lance Marsh, and Travis Stewart. So stay tuned. As we focus on the 5, Thomas Labar, hopefully we see a smoke shot at the start finish line.
How we doing?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad, man. My teammates didn't make it tonight, so I had to do something.
Oh, indeed you did. And that did pay off, man. You brought this thing home, having your first win of the season. But first, give us a smoke show, buddy. We want to be blinded. Oh, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy that smoke show. You can tell he's used to winning by that perfect donut. Well, man, it was a very, very interesting race here tonight. Thomas, you did have some damage early on in the race due to some beating and banging with all those bad bumps on the track. But how was the overall race tonight?
It was great, man. Real rough track, hard to get around here as it is.
Oh, man, absolutely. Do you feel that you've got a good enough massage in your arms tonight?
Oh, most definitely. Whew. Like this actually ran a real race.
10-4. And man, tonight we had some green flag pit stops. Tell us about green flag pit stops tonight, actually.
Yeah, I messed up there the one time. I freaking was speeding on pit road, had a 15-second penalty, but kept at it.
You know, funny enough, you mentioned that, Thomas, because during that pit stop when you sped on pit road, we were actually riding on the in-car with you. I noticed you went on pit road hot, doing at least 20 miles an hour over the pit road speed limit. How were you able to recover from that and bring home a win tonight?
Yeah, I thought it was over after that point.
Oh man, well, we are glad you did keep your head high here tonight, seeing the bigger picture and bringing home a win after starting 24th with no qualifying time, gaining 23 spots overall. Very, very impressive. Well, Tom, so what should we expect to see from you on next week at Talladega?
Yeah, I just glad to be into the chase. I think I'm in there now.
Oh, copy that. Well, buddy, we want to congratulate you on winning tonight's race and being in the chase. Very, very impressive. But before we let you go, any final words?
Yeah, thanks, man. You guys do a great job with your broadcast, and I appreciate it. I like going back and being able to watch.
Well, do you think of the kind words, and also want to congratulate you once again on being locked into the chase and also winning your first race of the season here with CRA here tonight at Daytona 2007. Well, buddy, congratulations once again. Go celebrate and have a good night.
You too, bud.
And that was the 5 of Thomas Labar having his first win of the season here with a CRA. But right behind him is a driver who came out of nowhere and finished in second place spot at 97, Lance Marsh. Gotta come up there, Lance.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Oh, doing pretty good. Over here racing the CRA this week, and I don't know how I pulled that off. Just made it through all them wrecks through the night and turned out all right.
Man, we are very glad to hear about that. And Lance, tonight it didn't seem as though you had as many of your teammates as you usually do. How were you able to succeed without that many teammates?
I don't know. I'm new to this league. I think it's the third race over with these guys, so I don't really have teammates. Got a couple guys that I race with another league. They weren't here tonight, so I just mind my own business and try to be there at the end.
Well, buddy, it did end up working out in your favor. It did pay off. You did start in the 14th place spot, finishing second, gaining 12 spots overall. But next week, Lance, we are shifting gears, going from the bumpy version, going from the massaging track to the wide open, wider track Talladega with the Can-Am cars. What should we expect to see from you there?
I think it'll be a pretty good race for me. I'm not great in the K&N as I am with the trucks, but I do like Talladega over this bumpy track here, so I think top 10 should be what I'm shooting for next week.
Oh, copy that. Very, very glad to hear and look forward to seeing that top 10. Actually, you know what? We look forward to seeing you 9 spots higher than that top 10 and having your first win this season. You are an amazing driver, man. You know how to get the job done and always always put yourself up there. And man, you will be successful just as you have been in every single league this far. Oh, but before I let you go in final words.
No, just thanks for Dre broadcasting this league. I'll do a great job. Thanks for CRA letting me on board, and just look forward to next week.
And that was Lance Marsh here in the second place position. Right behind him is the second place driver in points, who was tied with Raymond Rittenau for second place in points, Travis Stewart. Gonna come there, Travis.
Hey, Sean, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad, actually. How about yourself?
Oh man, we are doing good too, thank you. Well, Travis, tonight was an amazing race, a very interesting race for you on you guys' parts here tonight. You did an amazing job. We noticed you got involved in a couple of incidents here and there, but you were able to stay alive for the most part. And Travis, tonight, unlike every single race, we didn't see you much with your teammate Roger Stewart. What was happening was Roger Stewart having some difficulties.
Yeah, that was a pretty rough start of the race. As soon as it went green, we had a wreck back towards the back. Dad got caught up in it and had to use his quick repair. And then later on in the race, there was a single car wreck in front of us. We checked up real hard and we lost the pack right there. And that's when we had a long green flag stint. So just didn't work out for us to be together during that race.
Oh, 10, very, very sorry to hear about that. But it was very good to see you prosper here tonight, having a successful race. Well, I hope successful, because you did finish in the top 3, man. You've come a long way tonight, from 25th to 3rd place, gaining 22 spots overall. Very, very impressive. But how is the machine handling tonight? Because I saw a lot of drivers getting loose with their setups, and some were a little bit too tight.
Yeah, overall, we got a good handle on the truck. It's just this track, it's so rough on the bottom. A lot of people are trying to run a little higher, trying to avoid the bumps a little bit, but when you're too wide, that's not an option. Just got to be careful keeping it down coming out, because no matter what setup you're running, that seems to be a little tight coming out of turn 4.
Oh, 10 for that does make a lot of sense. And Travis, this gives you your 4th top 5 this season, so we definitely do want to congratulate you on that. Also, having 1 win this far this season, very, very impressive. Well, speaking of that, what should we expect to see from you next week at Talladega?
Hopefully just another good clean race, good finish, put on a good show for everybody, hopefully.
Congratulations once again on your success here tonight, Travis. And before we let you go in final words.
Just like always, like to thank Dwayne Cooper. Once again, this league's awesome. It's a lot of fun. My teammate, number 6, Roger Stewart. Enjoy running with him every weekend. We got a new person trying to join our team, Philip Labor. It's his first race. Had some technical difficulties early. And a shout out to my wife, Katie, for letting me do this. And Sean, you and David and Dre Broadcasting, man, what can I say? You guys do awesome every week.
I want to congratulate you once again on your success here tonight, Travis, and we do thank you for the kind words and look forward to seeing you again next week at Talladega Super Speedway. Have a good night, buddy. Go celebrate.
Thanks, Sean.
And that was Travis Stewart with Stewart Racing, and we do have the man who makes all of this possible, the 00 of Dwayne Cooper. Didn't have too good of a race here tonight, unfortunately. Get a cup there, Dwayne.
Yeah, I haven't had any luck this year. I've been running up front, but just can't finish it. We froze the field on that last caution, so it's the 5 to 118, and the 8 is the finishing top 3. So that's Thomas LeBar, Dalton Collins, and Dana Osborne.
Thomas LeBar, Dalton Collins, and
Dana Osborne.
Oh, 10-4. Well, we'll be bringing these top 3 drivers down. We're in with Thomas LeBar. Do thank for the clarification.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. We froze it right there, and at the time, actually, the 118 was sideways when the yellow come out, so the 5 got it by a nose, literally.
Oh, 10-4. Well, we are joined by the 2nd place driver, 118, Dalton Collins, who we talked about, who we talked to during one of those cautions. He talked about how he has no teammate, and tonight he was very successful after a 4-month break. Good call there again, Dalton.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, Dalton, after we spoke to you, it was all about survival, and what can I say, man? You survived. And that wreck at the very end did end up getting you. Well, tell us a little bit about your last couple of laps, the experience.
Yeah, the last couple laps was very unpredictable to say the least. But I actually got worried after that last restart there, because the 5 wasn't really on me, so I didn't really think I was going to get that big of a push. But right there at the end on the back stretch, right before the first strike happened, I started getting actually a lot of momentum going, and going into 3 there, just started cutting down, because I figured that the caution was going to come out before I guess came across somebody's nose, whoever it was. But I figured the caution was going to come out before we made contact, but unfortunately it didn't. But came home 2nd, and just a fun race all the way around.
Well, we are glad to hear that despite everything you went through tonight, having no teammate, being able to work the draft and work with a lot of different opponents out there, a lot of hungry lions, ready to take it away from you, are still able to succeed here tonight. That is very commendable. Well, Dalton, what are expectations for next week's race at Talladega with the K&N cars?
Talladega, I do enjoy a lot. It's very similar to Daytona. Obviously, it's just a little bit bigger, but I do enjoy restrictor plate racing a lot. I feel that I understand it quite a bit. Just need to stay out of these wrecks, man. I do see a a win coming soon. It almost seems every week that I'm pretty close to these things, but high expectations for next week. But we'll see how it goes.
Well, that's the spirit right there, buddy. Looking forward to seeing you have your first win this season here with the CRA. This season, you're an amazing driver, like I talked about early on. I look forward to seeing you again at Talladega Speedway. I'm pretty good, but any final words?
I do want to thank everybody at Driven Motorsports. Small super late motor team, like I said before earlier in the race, and just trying to venture out into the trucks. I figured I'd help them with that. Great success tonight. Haven't got that first truck win yet, but looking to get that here soon.
Well, congratulations on your success here tonight, Daytona, on your comeback from a long rest. And once again, it was great seeing you, and go celebrate, man. You earned it.
Thanks, man.
And that was Downton calling second place, finishing right behind him is the 8 of Dana Osborne, who was not so lucky the first round of green flag pit stops. Got a call up there, Dana.
10-4, I got it. How you doing tonight, Sean?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. Could be better, I guess. I mean, I don't know what happened there at the end, man. That, 118 come down on me, and I don't know why he came down that close, but, it's what it is, I take second, and I apologize to my teammate Paul there. We had a misunderstanding, left him in the middle there, and my apologies, Paul.
Oh, absolutely. Very unfortunate to hear about that. But, man, it was good seeing you guys work as a team. That was so much hard racing, man. We saw you guys trying to take it 3 wide. And at one point, you guys did take it 3 wide and did make it stick. And, knowing a track like this, you have no grip whatsoever in the turns. Specifically turns number 3 and 4 on the outside. There is no grip whatsoever. You guys definitely did make it work tonight. Tell us about your first round of green flag pit stops there, Dana, because it did seem as though you had some bad luck. I believe you did get shuffled out to the inside and you had an unscheduled pit stop for the first one.
I had the first one. I can't remember the first one. Was that last one?
Yeah, I believe you got pushed off the track.
Yeah, one of them I had a 15-second penalty in there. I hit the cone and went in too hot in the pitch. I don't know if that's the one you was talking about or not.
Oh yeah, that definitely is. I believe that is the one. I actually don't even remember. It's been so long as well. But yeah, I do remember that you had a little bit of bad luck there on pit road, but was still able to be successful here tonight. It's very good to see you guys back every single week. Like I talked about during the last interviews at the last race we had at Daytona with the Can-Am cars. We talked about how your Race Fan Racing team, all you drivers, have at least one win under your belt. So that is very, very commendable. Oh, but before you go, any final words?
I want to give a shout out to Rodney and Mark. I don't know what happened to them, but they wound up in some mess. But this was our team's race, man. That's all there was to it. It was ours, but we'll take what we got.
Oh, copy that. That is the spirit right there, Dana. Keep your head high, foot down to the floor here at Super Speedway. Stay with your teammates and spank these boys, at least trying to every single week, even though they are, they're amazing drivers and know how to get the job done as well. So it won't come easy, but with teamwork, anything definitely is possible. Well, but look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a good night.
You too, bud.
And that was the 8 of Dana Osborne here, representing Race Fan Racing. And that does round up our interviews. But going back to Dwayne Cooper, the owner of the league here, the admin, the eye in the sky, and a racer this season. You there again, Dwayne?
Yeah, I'm here, Sean.
Well, Dwayne, in last season, we talked about how you were one race away from being locked into the chase. You think this season is going to be any different?
Well, I'm hoping. It can't get no worse. I mean, I've run up there. I've picked up stage points. I've been there when I needed to, and things just didn't go my way at the end. So I'm kind of hoping. Last year I got really hot right before the chase, and it pushed me all the way to the Final Four, racing for the championship. So I'm actually going to need that now. I'm thinking I'm on the outside of the chase looking in. But I tell you what, the more that we have race fan racing win races, it's a better chance for me to get in on points. So I'm good with them winning some races and some of these new ones. I wish Thomas wouldn't have won. Wish it would have been race fan racing or something. Would have pretty much gave me another shot at getting in.
10-4. And man, speaking of tonight's race, here you had, some bad luck early on. You got involved in an instant that gave you some heavy damage. You also noticed at one point there, Dwayne, on the, I believe that was second round of green flag pit stops, we noticed you ended up missing pit entrance after smacking on the brakes. You realized you're not going to be able to make it. How did that affect your performance here tonight?
No, I didn't miss pit road. I got faked out. Okay, I had less than a lap left of fuel. And I set up, I was on the outside, so I set up to slow down and get in behind Rodney and all the race fan racing guys, and was going to pit when they pit, and I thought they were going, so I checked up to go down, and they didn't go. And I couldn't go by myself, so I had to get back out on the track. There was no way I could pit by myself. I'd lose more time.
Oh man, well, we are sorry about that, and it was very good to see you coming back on the track. After that, you lost a lot of time, but you still went down pit road. I hooked up with somebody out on the track. I believe that was 6. Roger Stewart. You guys worked together for a few laps there before going your separate ways. Well, it was definitely good to see you, man, coming back in tonight's race. But do you hope to have a better race next week at Talladega? Basically, what do you think you need to change?
Oh, ain't no hoping. I have to have better. I mean, I've just had the bad luck. I mean, I was just in the wrong spot and got clipped and slowed down in that first instant. And then that last one, I was actually following Dana through it, and I was clearing out of the, my right side there. Somebody clipped me and blew my motor. So, I mean, just a millisecond more, and I would have made it through there with Dana. So, it's just luck. It's just the way racing's been. So, I mean, it can't get no better. I mean, no worse. It can only get better, so.
Oh, absolutely. And that is definitely the spirit right there, Dwayne. Well, but it has been good seeing you grow with these drivers here, just, keeping them in check at the same time, trying to whoop them on the track every single chance that you get. It's very good to see you going against them with your Radical Racing team there, James Peterson, and also Daniel Harrington. But if I let you go in final words.
Yeah, this was really a good race considering it's 07, as bumpy as it is, and there was a lot of trucks dragging. You can tell that the height change with iRacing affected a lot of trucks out there. But, this could have been really bad because this track is really good at bouncing you around and joining you into other tracks and other trucks and moving you. So this was really, we always in this league seem to run really good at 07. I guess the guys just take a little more caution than they do at them other tracks.
Oh, most definitely. Yep. Once again, thank you for having us. It was an amazing race, and look forward to you having a better race at Talladega Super Speedway, since you are very hopeful, which is a very good thing, very hopeful that it can't get any worse from here. Oh, buddy, thanks for coming up here, and look forward to seeing you again next week.
All right, thanks. You and Dave do an awesome job. I think Dave jinxed me, though, so I'm going to blame it all on him.
10-4. Well, that was it. That was Dwayne Cooper, and that does round up our interviews here tonight. It was an amazing race. I am very speechless, and that big junk at the very end did catch a lot of drives off guard, but it was an amazing race overall, and definitely could have been worse, just like Dwayne had touched on when he was up here. Well, Dave, any final words before we close off?
No, I'm just speechless. It was a great race. Great job by all the drivers. I can't wait to see them next week at Talladega.
Absolutely. And this, once again, was round number 8 at Daytona 2007 of the Cyber Association Drive for Autism Super Speedway Summer Series. And next week will be round 9 at Talladega Super Speedway with the Can-N cars, fixed setups in the Can-N cars. So look forward to seeing you guys again there. But the next broadcast will be not tomorrow night, because PRL, Precision Racing League, is off for the next 2 weeks, tomorrow and next Sunday. They'll be starting off after that for the new season. So we will be broadcasting on Monday night to the Extreme Motorsports 99 Pro Can-N Series for the Pit Light 125 at Kentucky Speedway. Well, thanks for joining us once again. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so get notified every single time we go live, because we are live 6 nights a week. So you guys are kept nothing but fed. Well, thanks for joining us once again. I am Sean Zulu, and Dave ever behind the cameras and being my co-commentator. And have a good night. Thanks for watching.